Good morning, Scott here, known as Cantaloupe to some online, and I'm bringing a video to you on a subject that's interesting to me. It might be of interest to you or someone you know, and I'm going to do another reaction video to a video I just watched by Ebby. I've been doing a few reactions to her videos lately, and this is going to be another one to her comments about competition and how sometimes people can be over-competitive. I will link her video in the description below if you want to watch that. So I want to just make a couple of points right off the bat that competition has some features to it. Conventional competition, that is, people competing to win a prize or a position. But what people forget a lot is that if you're not actually subscribed to some kind of game, if you haven't signed up for it, if you did not enter into a competition, you might not actually be in competition with somebody, and any attempts at competition fall into the category of crime. And it's important to understand this because you can't just look at all crime as a type of game. This is a very dangerous thing. Some people do this. They say, oh, well, it's first come first serve, and this is how the Vikings used to do it. They would just rape and plunder as a game, and it's important to understand that if somebody is not consenting to a competition, that is, they have not joined the sport or a team or whatever, then they are not actually in competition with you unless there is a problem with scarcity and it's an actual first come first serve situation, which does happen, but it's not every time. So I also want to mention, in response to her video, she says that if there's a winner, then there's a loser. Okay, I don't want to disagree, but I have to disagree with this because there's something called zero-sum games. If you have learned about game theory, I want to be respectful with this, but it's just patently not true. Zero-sum games is when you have a winner and a loser. You have +1 and -1 at the end of it, which sums to 0. And you have also non-zero-sum games, such as, Twister or finger painting or anything that is cooperative and collaborative, where people are all on the same team and people just are enjoying themselves in a sandbox environment, such as, a survival mode in Minecraft, if you've played that, where you're not actually trying to, score anything. You're just exploring and having fun and interacting with other people and the environment. So that's another game, for example, that everybody's a winner potentially if you want to be. So there are many different kinds of games, and my point here is that you can choose to look at things in terms of being adversarial first of all, or being cooperative first of all. And there will come a time when being adversarial may be called for, but it's the first step that kind of defines the attitude of a person. And this is a big conversation because it touches on economics, it touches on political science and government theory, and the United States has traditionally been a competition-first country. We do this because there's short-term profit in dominating people, in justifying domination, where you can say, oh, it's a game because there are limited resources, in other words, scarcity, and we're going to just be the first to the goalpost every time because we can. So we as a country invest tons and tons of tax money into the military because we believe in this. We believe that at the bottom of everything, it's a competition. But not every country believes this, and I don't want to go on and on about communism because I mention it in a lot of my videos, but it's basically just the idea that people should cooperate and manage the resources in a peaceful way before they fight over it. So it's a difference. It's more of a long-term sustainability model, that is communism, versus the short-term exhaustively produce everything and see what sells model of capitalism. And it's a big conversation, but it's connected to competition. Our free market, so to speak, is famously designed to regulate prices and quality of goods and services by way of competition in a perfect world. But I digress. So another thing I want to say, competition can be great. There's something called healthy competition. Like I said, if you join a sport or if you join a team, it can be a lot of fun. It can be team building. You can build character. You can build respect for your fellow teammates and how to work with other people. It teaches you how to be on a team. But to view everything or the world at large as a competition, that's going too far, in my opinion, because you have a choice with how to regard other people. When you meet them for the first time, for example, every single person you've never met before, you meet them for the first time, you have a choice. You can view this person as an adversary, or you can view them as a potential collaborator or an ally. Are they an adversary or are they an ally? And what is your lowest point of energy as a person? This is a choice that every single person makes. And you'll find out that other people are also on that fence when they meet you. And if you project that they are your adversary, that pushes them off the fence most of the time into that camp. All of a sudden, you become adversaries with them. Where if you had approached them as a friend or an ally or possible collaborator on a project, if you are going to spend time together, then it would push them off the fence in that direction. And it's funny because people will take you as your own estimate. They many times base their opinion on you initially, their first impression, on how you regard yourself and how you regard them, because it sets the tone moving forward. So there's an opportunity every time to be friends or to be foes. And unfortunately, a lot of cultures, and I'm gonna single out black culture here. I am, because Ebby's black, and there is a vein of toxic competition among black people. This is the last thing I'm going to say on the subject. I know this because I've seen it. I've met people. You see it everywhere. It's undisputable that many black people, going way back to Malcolm X versus say Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., they have decided that the way forward is to fight for it, to fight, to go against the grain, to become a problem, to use passive and active resistance. Many people have decided that the solution to the disadvantages in the black communities is to be adversarial. So unfortunately, like I said, because it has the tendency to push people away, to make them adversaries when they might be allies, it's a short-term profit model. It does more harm than good, and unfortunately, it doesn't fit with any environment where people are expected to cooperate. Something to think about, and I know that this is a huge complaint among people who are either racist or borderline racist, and there is such a thing as borderline racist, people who aren't entirely sure, haven't thought it through, but they have met, unfortunately, some people in their lives of various races, not just black people, but people who are predominantly adversarial from the get-go. So it gives them a bad impression, a bad taste in their mouth, and they start to think, wow, I guess all these people are the same way. Myself, I like to give every individual the benefit of the doubt. I try to give everyone full rights and full confidence until they violate that. I think it's very important to be just and fair, and the only way you can do that is by refusing to stereotype people, refusing to prejudge people based on the behavior of other people. But that doesn't mean that there aren't cultural features. There are absolutely cultural and ethnic features that are common. So anyway, that's a lot to say. You have a choice to make. Choose friendship or choose adversarialism, and nobody's going to stop you, but you will reap what you sow, as they say. If you like this video, or if you dislike the video, reach out with comments below and check out her video. Thank you.